What's up, everyone? It's your girl Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and honey, I'm here to tell you why you don't need the new Unearthly Cosmetics Halloween Little Terrors or whatever the hell it's called, because they just out here duping themselves again, and they think they finna play with me, and I'm not in the mood. So let's get into it. Cause child. Okay, y'all. So when I first saw Angie come out with this, because I saw the brand leak it or whatever. So this is a spoiler alert. You're gonna see what the palette looks like. It's not gonna be a mystery anymore if you watch this video, okay? But I do videos like this a lot, so if you're interested in finding out why you don't need the latest the latest makeup product, mainly eyeshadow palettes, then definitely hit the subscribe button down below. I just did 4 palettes of why you don't need the newest latest makeup release. I do new makeup release videos every week. I've done the latest eyeshadow palette videos on a couple of the newest eyeshadow palettes. So I did the 2 on the Cosmic Brushes Nude Truths and Cool Truths collection. I did this latest complexion video on as far as concealers go with the Danessa Myris, and I'm editing currently the Makeup by Mario blush video along with the Fenty lip gloss bomb sticks and lip liners. And I did a wear test on the lip liner to let you know how long it lasts. But if you like stuff like that, just make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, because honey, they out here playing and I'm not in the mood. So let's get into it. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay, let me see what it looks like. Let me see what's going on, see the tea. Now, mind you, I have not bought from this brand in like a year, so I've just been watching from afar. I feel like they started to get really repetitive. You know, like people been saying Pat McGrath is getting really repetitive with all the pinks and all that. That's kind of how I felt with this brand. And then a lot of you had told me you were getting like hard pan in palettes, and then I started noticing hard pans in my palette. So that's when I kind of moved away from the brand. But I was like, it's not giving me creativity, it's not giving me fun, it's just giving me the same thing 50 million times over. So we're just not, what we're not gonna do is, yeah, we're just not. Anyway, so I've pulled some palettes in my collection. Dion hopefully will give y'all a video on one of these, because like I sent it to her because I knew she had the palette. I'm like, hey, so when we get in that video, so hopefully she'll give you one on one of these. I'm gonna show you the stuff that I feel like is already existing in their collection, which is why I didn't feel like this was necessary. And then I'm gonna show you what palette we actually gonna use in today's video, because it's more affordable than theirs, of course, because it is from a more affordable beauty brand. So first off, I was like, this just looks like their little chills palette. Shout out to Adriangameover. She did a video on it today. I literally got done watching her video and then I started pulling palettes out, because that's what I'll do. I like the influencers who actually get the stuff in PR ahead of time. I'll like, when I see their video, I'll start pulling out like, oh, you don't need to buy this, oh, you don't need to buy this. So them getting it early is actually helping people like me who help you save money get it. So I'll shout out to Angie. But anyway, I was like, it looks really similar to this chills palette. Now mind you, this is only a 4 pan and that is a 9 pan. You'll see it in a minute, but I was just like, I feel like this is somewhat similar to it, because these 2 shades right here work with it, and then this shade looks similar to what's in the palette too. So the only one that isn't in here is this one. They changed it out with a black one, like I said, you'll see in a minute. But I was like, this just looks really similar, so I didn't feel the need to get this. I should have the palette up there now with Angie holding it, because that's the only way I've seen it, because it's a mystery box, so you're not supposed to see it. It's supposed to be a mystery. But as you can see, like 1, 2, and 3. Now this one is a little bit deeper than the one in that palette in my personal opinion, and like I said, this shade right here isn't in there. They replaced it with a black, but otherwise I feel like it's really similar. Plus when I had, this is the one I'm hoping Dionluvsmakeup gives you all. I literally texted to her before I sat down and filmed this. This is the Night Flower palette. So I feel like this palette is really similar to that one as well. As you can see in the mock-up and Angie swatches, I remember to put Angie swatches in this time. So as you can see, this looks really similar to this mystery palette. Now you do get more shades in here, and again, it doesn't have that black. That's the only thing that's missing. But I feel like it might not be that big a deal to some people, because some people don't mind having like a light eye look and not having a darker outer V. I know there are people like me who prefer that. To each his own. I'm not here to judge this. I'm just here to show you why you don't need to buy this palette. I think it's like $66 for the palette and 2 lip glosses. Like, I personally don't think lip products are worth $20 a piece, and then this palette being $20 to make it like 60 whatever. But that's just my personal opinion, to each his own. The next one I had to talk to you about is the Cool Truths palette. So again, I feel like the Cool Truths palette that just came out recently has a lot of these similar shades, because it has more of those like ashy, like pastel-ish blue shades mixed with the darker shades. It even has that deeper grayish black shade for your outer V. So if you're interested in that, you might be interested in this, because this one has a black and a dark gray, as you're seeing over here. It has some dual chrome shifting shades. Now I don't think it has a shade that's exactly similar to the dual chrome shifting shade in there, although the shade Reveal, that lighter white shade you see here, has some shifts in it, so that might be something that's workable for you, and you can just use that palette, not worry about it, especially if you bought the bundle and you like more neutrals, because I feel like it's trying to give neutral, but it left like the rest of the neutral tones out. So you'll have the neutral tones in here in addition to all those fun shades, and you already have this palette. I feel like that's definitely workable for you. The one we're gonna use in this video that I felt looked the closest, now mind you, I posted a 9 pan for you to see, just so you can see how similar the colors were with a 9 pan in a smaller setting. I have the 16 color palette here, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna be working with 16 colors, not 9, but I felt like they were really similar with that alone. And if you have the Book of Magic from Beauty Bay, you might be able to use that as well, because this Midnight palette has older shades from the Book of Magic palette. I'll try to link the video up here, because when I first bought these, I showed you and swatched all the shades and all the differences. So I'll try to link it down below. I make no promises. You can always type in Beauty Bay on my channel in the search bar and find that video if you want to see how they compare to your Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. But that's why I bought both of certain palettes, to make sure I could show you the shades and the permanent shades that they added. This Midnight palette I'm showing you is permanent from Beauty Bay, so again, just something to keep in mind. But we're gonna use the shades in this, and we're gonna use this palette right here to make an eye look and show you why you don't need to be buying this mystery box. So I'm zooming in real quick if you like. If you're curious what's going on in this face, I have on the Giorgio Armani cream blush, and then I put the powder blush on top. So I have the liquid shade on in Flaming, and then I put the red powder blush that matches it on top. I'm wearing a worst makeup of 2023, a couple of worst makeup of 2024 products I tried so far, products on my face to give them a second try to decide if I should put them on Macari or not. So far I'm liking them a whole lot better with the other stuff I mixed them with that I like. So might keep it, we'll see. I don't know. I have so many foundations, it's not really a need. But, and the lips is just the Icy Red Cherry Gloss from Glam Life. Funny enough, I'm not buying their new setting powders that are coming out. I told y'all in the new makeup releases that should be going up on Saturday, because I didn't get a chance to edit it today, because I'm trying to edit this to make sure this goes up Friday night as your bonus video. But I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and then I'll come back with a look based upon the swatches that you saw from Angie, alongside the palette that you saw from Angie, alongside the palette that I showed you that's a 9 pan versus a 16 pan that I own. But I'm pretty sure it has like the same colors in it, it's just a condensed version. So I'll be right back. Okay girl? Okay. So this is what we're working with, y'all. So I did some mixing on some of these, because the undertones aren't exactly the same. I still don't feel like they look exact to the picture that I showed you earlier, but I mixed this one with this one to try to make it that darker purple that we saw, as far as that weird undertone of darker purple. Then I used this to make up for the fact that we don't have the pink. I used, this is our lid shade. This was what we used for the inner corner shade. I mixed this blue and this blue together to get the transition shade. This is the color that's on the front and the back of the eye, mixed in with the black, because remember I do have the 16 pan, not the 9 pan. So the 16 pan does have a black. So let's get into it now that I showed you what I use. I started off with this one, and I kind of just patted it down to transition off. I know it doesn't get off with that weird like undertone that the other one has, but this is what I'm working with, girl, so this will be working with. And remember, I'm just trying to give you not necessarily an exact dupe, I'm giving you an alternative to it, because in the 9 pan that I showed, they didn't have a like grayish blackish shade, and this actually has a black. So I did use the black on the back of the eye along with the purple to get that depth that you see in the back. I didn't put black toward the front right here, I just put it toward the back there after I put on the shade. So wait a little bit before I like do it. So anyway, this is what we're working with so far. I didn't mean to drag this so far in, but I was just rambling away as I like blended. So there you go. I'm gonna take the shade Lavender now, because that's the one I put in the crease, and then we'll start with the outer V shade. I did put the shade Iris on top of dark purple to make it darker, because if y'all notice in that picture, that shade is darker. It has like this kind of undertone, but it has like darkness to it, and I feel like it has a little bit more like, I guess, grayish purple to it, for lack of a better term. Excuse me, I like a better description, but yeah, we just gonna work with it. So this is what the color looks like on its own. I'm going with the shade Iris now, that more grapish looking purple, to see if I can like deepen this up a bit. I'm gonna take the shade Voodoo now, start putting that toward the front and the back of the eye, because this is like how we made the deep smoky halo situation. The shade Voodoo, I feel like this one matches okay or well enough to the purple that's in that palette, so that's why I went ahead and used it. I didn't try to add anything extra on it. But again, you all saw what the palette looked like at the beginning. You just didn't see my palette compared to the original palette, unfortunately, because I showed you the 9 pan and I forgot to do the 16 pan. I figured it wasn't that big a deal because on the thumbnail I'm gonna have the 16 pan so you can see like what it looks like compared to this one. But since it was a 9 pan, I want you to see the 9 pan option from Beauty Bay if you were interested. Just pat on down. But yeah, so I don't know, like lately I haven't been trying to watch so much beauty. I mean, I still have to watch it for purposes like this. Obviously, if I hadn't watched Angie's video, I wouldn't know that these had already been delivered to people because I didn't know when they were up for order and I didn't realize they were like that soon. So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, Angie said it's out here and I got something similar to it. Say less. Say less, say less, say less. I will go and inform the people. I know y'all, I'm so ridiculous. It's okay. So let's now I'm gonna put the black toward the back of the eye. And I'm literally gonna have to like get off camera and like edit this like as soon as I get done. So that way we can go up Friday night. Because Friday afternoon I already have my worst makeup of 2020. Sorry, worst makeup I tried so far of 2024 going up. I have not made a thumbnail, so I don't have anything to show on the side of me for once, but you know, I'll be there eventually. Now let's go back with the purple. What I did was I just wanted to have smoke underneath. Okay, y'all, so let's use the shade Tranquil. Remember, this is not pink like in the other palette. This is just an alternative. I feel like this pools purple with like a little bit of pink, but not enough for it to be similar to that one. I feel like that was much more pink than the one that, you know, I'm using. Just something to keep in mind. So this is what we're working with for both the eyes. And back, you're on upgrade, a little too close. I need some personal space now. But yeah, so comment down below and tell me if you feel like this looks similar to what I showed you in the picture over here that we started off with. Like I said, I showed a few examples, but I mainly obviously wanted to focus on the one that I used to give you alternative for, because I definitely feel like this was the best alternative when it came to price point and had some similar colors or colors that you can mix like I did to make the look work for you. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. My membership is down below if you're interested. I just did my vacation vlog. It should be over here. I did a July vlog, so I've actually done 2 vlogs this month. I have one more vlog to put up for my membership. It's of me going to the Polish and Beauty Expo to meet Dede Cosmetics and purchase some of the items that you saw in the 3 looks 3 palettes of the Dede palette. I believe the newest ones that they came out with. But if you're interested, the membership information is down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video and be blessed, girl. Bye.